I 3D printed my own custom Iron Man suit, and I don't really talk about it enough. So let's see just how I did it, pull it apart, and talk about some of the features I added into it. Alright, so right now I have it on display, and it just sits on this little mannequin that I made out of some 2x4. Let's just have a look at it while it's on display. So I've obviously custom painted it. I've done some different colors where instead of the entire chest going red, I went with this awesome gunmetal gray that I thought was wicked. I basically started off just doing the details and then I worked my way up. Now some of these pieces you can see how they're attached to the mannequin, but when they're attached to me, I use different buckles and clips and things to see how they fit and how they work, and we are going to go through that. One of my favorite features that I did while it's on display is this chest piece. There are two separate chest pieces that I do use. So one is for when it's on display and one is for when I'm wearing it. The cool thing about this one is it just sits in here and screws in, locks into place. So I can open it up and I've actually got the switch in there to turn on the lights in the helmet. Now, going on another thing that I use for display and not when I'm wearing it, I don't wear this helmet. I don't wear it very often with this suit. I have another helmet that we are going to go through in a minute, and I have done a tutorial on how to make. This one, again, is the Mark 85. It doesn't go with the Mark 7 suit that I've done here, but it just looks damn cool, and I was really happy with the paint job. Doesn't need to be perfect, guys. I just enjoy it. Alright, now that we have those lights on, let's talk about some of the features of wearing a suit like this. Now these are the same lenses that I use in my other helmet. I actually use these in a lot of my cosplay helmets. And the cool thing is, even when the lights are on, they reflect outwards so I can still see through it. And that just looks wicked. Taking a look at some of the details of this suit while it's on display. Here you can see how the shoulder pieces clip into each other. This is the same way that they clip when I wear them. It's just a buckle system that is attached to the chest. Now the chest and shoulders and back piece all open up with a hinge system and I can just slot them on. Then I pop on the neck, and the back of the neck is magnetic before putting on the helmet. You can see here the arms are all locked together and it's a similar system. There is a buckle and clip system for the elbow coming up. And then here, they just sit on here for the mannequin. So they just have a screw that they clip onto for the mannequin that we can take on and off and have a look at the arm pieces. All right, let's have a look at some of the arms. So this is the bicep. Now, as I said before, it does just have a clip system that will lock it onto the forearm. And currently, this is how it sits on the mannequin. I really love the paint job that I did on this, guys. I had a few friends come over. We spent hours and hours just blocking this out for days, working together in a team and painting this up. Now, it has had some rub and damage over time. This is where the arm actually rubs in under against the rib cage and things like that. So you will see there are some marks and scratches of just where the paint and plastic have rubbed together. I don't need to clip this on under the shoulder piece because when I've got the arm on, the elbow and everything locks it into place anyway. So we can put it on and it just locks into place there. Coming down to look at the hands, guys. This is the forearm piece. It does have a hinge system for the wrist. And then the hand just works like a glove and I can just slot my fingers in and rotate or move the fingers to make sure they lock into place and they sit right. I have got lights in these gloves as well, guys, that you will have seen in some of the videos if you've seen me wear this suit before or you've seen some of my shorts where I'm wearing it. Right now I've actually taken the lights out and I'm replacing them. But I can show you that I use a very similar lens to what I use with the eyes. I just have a larger piece of it's basically a large piece of plastic that has an LED on either end. It's cut into a circle and then it reflects it out using a magnetic sheeting over the back that is a very reflective surface. So as the light goes into the perspex, it then pushes the light out and disperses it outwards only, which is why it works in the lenses so well, because then it doesn't go into your eyes. Again, guys, really happy with the paint job that I did on this one. And as I said, the arm just slides in and it will lock the bicep into place as well. That's as simple as the arms and hands are to wear, guys. Now, I've talked about the chest, how it does open up, so it works like a hinge system with the back piece under the shoulders. So it opens up, I slot it on, and then there's two clip pieces that just clip in on the sides. I used to wear this really awesome spandex suit underneath that was painted up similar to Iron Man, so it was red and gold detailing. But I actually found that the small gaps that you have in the suit, it didn't fill them very well, and they actually showed up more than I wanted, especially when I was doing high resolution images and photos at photo shoots. It just wasn't a cool detail. So now I wear just a black morph suit underneath, and it makes those seams, those little gaps like in between the hip and the leg and things like that, seem so much smoother and almost seamless. You don't see them as your eye is drawn to that detail. The legs are really easy to put on. I have a similar system to the shoulders and the arms. So essentially the legs come up and there is a clip and buckle system that clips onto a belt that I wear. And then that clips onto the, and then that sits under the clips that we put on for this chest piece. Simple as that though, guys. The same way that the forearms slide on, the shins slide on, and then I step into the shoes. So the shoes work like a shoe cover that just clip on over shoes of mine already. The front then clips to the back over my normal shoes, and my normal shoes will walk on the ground, but you won't see them under the plastic printed details of the shoe covers that I've made. How I get the suit on and wear it, guys. I did make some adjustments to make sure it was more comfortable. It's one of the biggest things you'll hear people talk about, is making their Iron Man suits comfortable. So I have put some padding in under here because the suit itself was pinching a little bit, especially when I bring my arms down. It would push the biceps against the ab plate and that would then pinch up on me. So I've put some foam in underneath there to make that more comfortable. I've also put a piece of foam in around the front so that when it sits down and folds down, I don't just have hard plastic pushing against my chest. I took some little pieces out from the elbow, guys, to make my arms move a bit better. And you can see that here I've actually taken and cut out pieces here so that I can move my arms and I have more mobility in my elbows. I found it very, very difficult and it looked ridiculous when I would try and have a drink or have something to eat and my hand would only get to there. And some of these things you don't think of until you wear the suit, guys. So I do recommend, if you're going to make something like this, make it ahead of time. The first time I wore this suit was the day after I finished putting it all together for the first time. First time I ever put it on was at a con. That was dumb, and I won't do that again. Okay, I lie. I'll probably do that many, many times again with other suits, but I hope that I learned my lesson. Learn from my mistakes, guys. Don't do what I do. Do what I do to fix what I did. In the same way though, guys, I have taken that cut and I've done it again on the inner shins on the inner thigh piece, because I, as you can imagine, when I was walking, I had the two thighs pinching, and for me, pinching between my legs is not great, so I wanted to get rid of that, and the best way to do it was I took my soldering iron and I just went for it, and I cut a big piece out, melted it out of the plastic, sanded it up and smoothed it up later, but you can't see it. No one looks and sees that there, and I'm filling in that suit anyway. So especially with that black undersuit I talked of before, no one notices it. All right, guys, let's talk about the helmet that I do wear with this suit. Now, I did this helmet after watching a really cool video done by Frankly Built on here, where he was talking about how you could now 3D print and make your own Mark V helmet. Again, this is the Mark 7 suit, also why I use the words custom. Not only did I customize the paint job a little bit, but I did throw a few little things together that I thought were better from other models of the suit, like the Mark 6 and Mark 5, that were going to be more comfortable, that were bigger shoulders, bigger things, that just gave the details that I wanted. So after watching Frank talk about that and thinking, oh, that's a cool challenge, I'm like, I could do that. I spent 6 months on this helmet alone, guys. It was an insane job. The majority of it was just trying to get these 7 different servos lined up and perfect so that when this splits into 5 pieces and then hinges upwards, it wasn't going to latch on each other, block each other, or cause any damage, and that they were all going to do it nice and smoothly. As you can see, guys, I've used those same lenses in there that I talked about before, but I have trimmed them because of the angle of the eyes. I actually found them pushing in here a little bit, so I trimmed up the corners and used a heat gun to push them back a little bit. You can't see it on the helmet, but it certainly makes a huge difference on how comfortable they are when I wear it. Again, guys, I have added some padding and some foam on the inside. There is a mess of wires in there, but if you want to see this helmet all put together and things like that, yeah, there is a mess of wires in there. I've added some foam, some padding, just to make it comfortable. If you want to see how I put this helmet together and all the details of it, I do have a video that I will link below, or it is in my channel. Go and find that, guys, of me doing a time lapse of putting this helmet together. Again, absolutely love this paint job. I put the same grays, golds and reds that's on the rest of the suit, and I just love how that all came together. Love this. So guys, I'm going to throw some time lapse in here, just going over some of the bits of me building this suit, if you want to have a look at that. If you have any questions or anything about it, chuck them in the comments below. I'm also going to show some of the features that I have, like the hinges on the shins where they open up in the back. I have been going through at the minute and adding little vaporizers in there so that when they open up, lights will turn on and steam comes out the back. Just cool little features that I think are going to look wicked. I have a con in about a month and I want to take this out and show it off. So if you're going to Supernova in Melbourne, Australia this year, come and say hello. You'll see me walking around in this one of the days. Hopefully I'll have those little mist bits and steams and details, and you guys enjoy the suit. But here's a time lapse of all of that. All right, and that is it from me today, guys. Just a quick one going over the Iron Man suit, because I know a lot of you ask a lot of questions about it. I haven't really gone into detail of talking about it before. So there it is. That's how I wear the suit. That's some of the features that make it more comfortable. Some of the things that I changed as I was building it. You saw some of the process of building, painting, putting it together. I have done all of this post-processing and tutorials on how to do all of that post-processing before, so scroll back and have a look, or I will link the videos below, the different helmets that I like to wear with it. If you have any other questions or comments, or you want to know how to make things like this, let me know, guys. I'm always happy to answer all of the questions that are put in the chat. I comment on absolutely everyone, and I read every single one of them, so I do appreciate that, guys. Don't forget, as always, to subscribe. I will have more videos like this coming out if that's what you guys want to see. Otherwise, I've got more 3D printing videos coming out, more tutorials coming soon. Stay tuned for all that. And as always, have a good one.